came back last night because I never submitted the assignment. I worked on it, but I didn't have the energy to type. My mind wasn't there, so I went to bed. I woke up this morning feeling better, feeling more refreshed, cleaned up my living room, decluttered my pantry. Happy Thanksgiving, if that matters. Started my rice water hair mask thing going on here. And yeah, I'm about to start working. So I decided that I'm not going to film any YouTube videos today. I'll film tomorrow, hopefully. The hat won't take me all that long to do. It's really simple. Your basic hat, basic hat. I just have to do like extra little embellishments for the eyes and that sort of thing, but it's not going to take me that long to complete. In all hindsight, this is my recording space back here, if you can't tell. So yeah, I record right here. We don't have a TV in our living room simply because my son broke it a couple months ago and we just never replaced it. So I use our entertainment stand as my recording space, which, like I said, is really nice. And then I have like the natural light from outside, but I also have like a lamp thing over here, and then I have extra lighting if I need to pull that out. So I think I'm going to record tomorrow, and I can even do it until tomorrow night and to just pull out my extra lighting to be able to do it. So that's where we are. So today I'm not going to record. I think I am going to edit, and I'm going to do schoolwork, that's my laptop, my school notebook. So my goal for today is to type up task 1, send that out, do everything I need to do for task 2, and hopefully be able to send that out. I have to look up some lesson plans because I don't feel like writing a lesson plan. And then when I was in when I was in undergrad, I didn't keep any of my lesson plans that they had us make because I just didn't. When undergrad was over, all that stuff got deleted. So I'm not going to create my own lesson plan. I thought about doing that. I'm just going to go on Georgia Standards website and on their website and get a lesson plan. I actually will show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me flip this around. So I live in the state of Georgia. Okay, that's not wrong. So I went to georgiastandards.org, and basically I just picked a subject. I like math, so I did K through 5, and then I chose the kindergarten side. You go to like unit 1. It basically runs over everything you need to know, overviews, basically anything that a teacher might want to know when reading or a parent may want to know when looking up things. So these are your standards, counting and cardinality. Then you have like the number and then what the standard represents, which I use at work too, which is kind of crazy, like being on that same level of mindset with 1-year-olds. But if you keep going down, where is it? Okay, so then you come down to this and they have tasks. So like the task names and stuff. I think I clicked on, was it this one? I think it was this one. I don't remember. But basically, so now you have a task, and then you have your standards, the background knowledge of what they should be able to do. Hey, baby. Questions, the materials you're going to need, how you group them, task descriptions, all that good stuff. It was not this. It was not that one. I don't know which one it was. I'll find it. But that's, yeah. So I think maybe it was Dottie. I don't know. But you have your standards, what they want you to do, that sort of thing. So it's essentially like the directions. It's basically creating a lesson plan without having to do it yourself. Today is Friday. I don't know how I'm going to piece together this vlogging experience or whatever. I'm not quite sure just yet. I'm just filming clips of everything. So yesterday was Thanksgiving and I only filmed once because I had a massive headache, which I also have right now. And it's because of lack of caffeine. So I'm so used to drinking coffee every day that whenever I go a day without having coffee, I get headaches. And I thought I could kind of push through it or drink coffee when I felt like I needed it. But life took over, so let me explain. Pretty much all boils up to, I was supposed to go home for Thanksgiving. So I was supposed to take me and my kids to St. Louis for Thanksgiving. A lot of stuff happened in the month of November, so the money that I was going to use to go to St. Louis, I used for other things. And I won't get into it because I don't want to continue how my day was yesterday, bring it over here. Anywho, so because I didn't go home, like I started my wash day routine. I just finished it this morning. For my protective styles, I'm just letting it air dry, and then probably later on I'll put it into parts so I can braid it probably tomorrow or start braiding it tomorrow. But yeah, I have to film clips for that too. It's just so, anywho, that was not where I was going with this. Anyway, so I was supposed to start doing schoolwork, and then I sat down and I was just like, I'm not really feeling this. My head hurts. Let me just watch a video, try to ease my mind off of things and get back into it. But I realized that I suffer from what I would like to call holiday depression. I haven't spent Thanksgiving with my family in years. Like I can't remember like the last true holiday that I spent home. Like I remember I spent Christmas one year when I was pregnant with Jayla, and I think that was it. And like when I had my child, it became less about going home and more about trying to start new traditions with my family here. And I think I said it before, but I'm like in this space of wanting my kids to know my side of the family. They don't really know their mother's side of the family because that's 8 hours away, versus they do know their dad's side. Well, some, because they are from Georgia, you know. So last year when my mom got sick, my mother-in-law was like already sick, and I went home to see my mom. My mom was sick. My uncle was sick. Both of them were in the hospital. Went home to see them. You know, my mother-in-law has been was in hospice for a while. And then coming back from that trip to my uncle passing away, my mother-in-law passing away, my mom, thankfully getting out of the hospital, it set like this tone in me that I wanted my kids to experience more about family, because while yes, they are the only family that each other has necessarily besides their mom and their dad, like I still want them to know like their extended family, so to speak. And then it made me get onto this rant about how like I miss my extended family, how I miss like everything. Realistically, like I am the only child, but I was raised with my 4 cousins. They're all boys and they're like my brothers. My aunt is like my second mom. Like you can't tell me any different. Because if I couldn't go to my mom about something, I sure went to my aunt. And my aunt was the one who I feel like inspired me with my hair stuff, because, she was the one who did my hair. So, yeah. I just got into like this whole tangent like yesterday of not wanting to talk to anybody, not wanting to be bothered because my plans fell through. And I was here and I felt like while I was trying to make myself busy by having all these things I could do because I need to catch up on stuff, it was still bad because it's not where I wanted to be. And I'm thankful for the people that I have, like, that's my support system. And not necessarily saying that, like, my family is my support system, but, like, I had a friend who knew, like, they just felt that I was not myself. So they called, they text, they kept the lines of communication open. Like, granted, I was having a rough day, but they didn't allow me to just sit and fester in it. And I find that a lot of times that's what I do. I get so entrapped in my mind that I view things in ways that they shouldn't be viewed. And then I get so caught up in thinking that that's the only view possible. And I believe that's what a lot of people experience when they deal with depression, when they deal with anxiety. And we kind of try to brush that up under the rug. Like, people are quick to say, oh, you need to go talk to a doctor. You need to go talk to a doctor. But, necessarily not everybody has access to being able to just drop everything, go talk to a doctor, and be in, an office and this, that, and the third. And sometimes we're so busy trying to make sure everybody else is okay that we forget how it feels for us to be okay. And I think a lot of times, like, that's where we get lost in the whole aspect of continuously making sure your vibe is okay. Like, we can all post memes talking about we want our vibe, like we are only accepting people with positive vibes, no negative energy, blah blah blah. And yeah, that's all well and good, but a lot of times you're gonna get bombarded by negative energy anyway. It's all how you perceive it or how you take it in. So today I woke up, I went to sleep last night, trying to get out of that mood. And then I woke up this morning and I was just like, I know that I was supposed to be somewhere else, but I have to take account into what is going on in the here and now. So I got up, cleaned my kitchen, took a shower, just stayed in the water, let the hot water fall over me while I continuously told myself, you got this. You're stronger than you think you are. You're worthy of all things that are coming your way. We got this. And by me, I mean just me and my whole life. Like, I talk to myself like I'm my best friend. So instead of saying I got, I always say we got this. But I just had that moment to myself in the shower. I lit a candle because candles calm me, scents calm me, like those type of things. I did what I needed to do in order to make sure I'm okay. And I'm feeling better. I got my coffee. Not necessarily saying it's the best because I don't have any more heavy whipping cream and I can taste the difference. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on my day. So I didn't do any schoolwork yesterday. I will start doing some schoolwork today. I am going to crochet this hat today. I'm going to film. It looks like it's going to be a gloomy day, so that means that I'm probably going to have to pull out my lights. So what I'm going to do is transfer the last bit of footage that's on my camera for my nails thing onto my hard drive, charge up my other battery, and I'll probably get started on that later. But yeah, a lot of today is probably going to be focused on schoolwork and crocheting that. Trying to think of what else. I'm going to start the sectioning process out of my hair. I went to sleep early last night. I went to sleep like at 10:30. No, it was like 11, I think. Around 11. So I'm probably not going to go to sleep early tonight. I'm going to stay up and be busy all day. I'm going to incorporate time in with my son. Speaking of, so I wanted to tell you guys that in this journey that you see me talking, you might get bits and pieces of my kids, but you won't see them a lot, simply because, not to say anything bad to anybody else who vlogs their whole life or they vlog their kids' life, but I just know that social media is so draining with the amount of disrespect that people have for people's children, that I'd rather not include them into my vlogging, simply because I don't want to see someone on the internet make a negative comment about my child or something that's not positive. Because one, the internet is vast and full, and you never know who watches what videos, and I would never want that negativity to come back to my kids in any shape or form. And two, they're so young. They don't have the choice or the options to say, hey, I want to be included in your video, or no, I don't. Like my daughter, yeah, she does, but because she's 12, but not my son necessarily. So I'd rather not include them, but tell you guys about, more so about my thoughts and my feelings and everything else. So this is more like what I would call my open diary, in a sense. So like you might hear them occasionally, every now and then. I might they might be in a video or whatever, but they are not the main focus of my videos. And I know that might sound a little crazy, but in my way, that's me being a mother and sheltering them. I had enough negativity involving my kids, especially my daughter, when I first started doing YouTube videos, that I ain't coming back from that. And so no, I know right now I don't have the energy or the time to filter comments or to ignore what trolls on the internet say. So yeah. Anyway, I'll probably be spending time with the kid, because the son is the one who tends to know his mama a little bit better, and he knows that sometimes I just need to be, he just needs to be here, and so he does. Not necessarily saying that I push that off on him, but my son vibes well with his mama, so it is what it is. So let me get to work doing that, and I'll come back later.